I'm just done, bro. Like I can't deal with people anymore. I don't even talk to people anymore. I just stay in my own space.
Yeah, I'm like done with folks. I'm just not doing it. I'm not gonna save a dead fish. I'm not gonna pour water on a dead fish. Its gills are dried, so I'm not gonna do that anymore because it's just no point of reconnecting and going to old people. I call old people old vibes. They're just old vibes. We need new vibes. Like that's all there is. They're just old vibes are dead. Like I just realized that it's just dead. I'm not gonna try to go out of my own way and try to talk or call and then they just go whatever and like I'm just not doing it. Those people are just old vibes. What if they come back? I mean, old vibes, like I said. Because that's all it is. They're just gonna try to get control of you again. Like that's all it is. So that's why I say those people are just old vibes. You know, you're not putting as much as you're putting, like the energy, like the attention. So why am I gonna do that? Say something that's dead and wasting my own energy. Like I'm only wasting my time, you know? And then I'm trying to trick myself to thinking that I'm the problem. I'm the issue. I pushed them away when it's them. They needed me. They didn't know how to handle all this generosity or something. You know, I gave them too much of my plate. So that's on me, you know? So if
And
I
you
take
start to
back,
realize, that they weren't really cool with the person that you were at your core. They were cool with the person that you were back then, like the past version of yourself, like the younger version of yourself. So nowadays, it's damn near impossible to reconnect and rekindle with old people because you're not even the same person. They were cool with the past version of you. That's why it always feels weird. Well, it always felt weird for me trying to like reconnect with old people. They would start acting funny and
shaking their head. But it's
they would
like,
like be slow to reply to the messages or like just act weird. Like they know what you're doing and all that, but it's like they just fade. Like they just fade.
you know, yeah, we reconnect with them, but it's like the whole time we was hiding our gifts, basically. And like, I'm not saying it's like it's enough to take you to, you know, America's Got Talent, but we've been hiding these parts of ourselves the whole time. So now that we, you know, spray some glitter on it or whatever, it's a problem. We're not even doing it all the way. So now if we speak up, it's an issue. Like this is crazy. Like it's not like you got a ceremony or something, you know, but then they have an issue with it. Like it's just crazy. So the whole time you want to be just be a hermit or whatever, like it's just crazy. Like I didn't even make it yet, but then you switch up on me.
Swear. And that's cool. Like go ahead. I'm glad I'm at peace now.
Mm-hmm.
Once you find that inner peace just within yourself, you just feel like you unlock something. Because it gives you a deeper realization that you don't need any of this stuff. Of course, like things serves its purpose, but I'm just saying, just internally you realize like, damn, I really don't like all of this stuff is just an illusion. An illusion that you need this and you need that and you gotta be doing this. But you realize like I didn't need none of it and I'm just in the moment. So it just unlocks something within you like, damn. Most people don't even they would never even get to that level. So
Can you
I think
relate?
it's hard to connect with most people because just the level that you reach mentally, internally, spiritually, you just reached a certain level that most people didn't reach yet. It ain't like you're thinking you're better than them or you have this, you're being egotistical about it. It's just you reach a certain level that they're not at.
Can't even
And you would
relate.
have to do some deep inner work, and you would have to go through some of the same experiences that I went through for me to connect with you on that level. And most people haven't. Just think about all the things that you went through just to get to this level mentally and spiritually. Just going through hell and back, dealing with everything you dealt with, and still learning from it, still growing from it, having a metamorphosis. Like you would have went through that for me to really connect with you on a certain level, but most people haven't. So it's kind of hard to relate to them. It's like we don't share the same life experiences. We're just not aligned.
It's like you're not people's cup of tea, and you're not cup of tea anymore. Like they have this, they have a job, they have whatever. It's like you don't really need that. Even if you could probably obtain it, it's like you're not even at the level to just do it anymore or go at it your own way. Like you're just chill. Like most people are not at that level. Like mentally, they're not at that space because life. There's stages in life. They won't really know until they live it. But it's like, why are you living it? Because you became it. It's in your like co-reality. It's coexisting, but they not. It's like it's something just new to them or like bizarre. So you really just it's gonna be kind of hard to tangle with these people. You know.
And you're not gonna be able to relate to most people. Most people they're still at their base level of everything. Like I'm not trying to backtrack that far. That's just what it feels like trying to connect with certain people nowadays. It's like feels like you have to backtrack, wait for them to like catch up with. Like I don't have time for them. So I'm glad I disconnected from certain people from the past because I know that they wouldn't even be on what I'm on anyway. Yeah, at a certain point of time, we was all on the same thing. We was striving for something, but you already know what happens when once people get into the real world. This like just people change like, and some of that stuff becomes corny to them. Like it becomes
Yep.
corny to them to create and do this. And I noticed that because I was the type of person who was still doing that stuff. Like even though the years went by, that's one thing that I noticed. Like a lot of people just gave up on things and just stopped and just got consumed in the matrix, the real world jobs and this and that, or they just change. But for me, I always kept certain traits within me. I always stuck to the creativity throughout all the years. So like, of course, we're not going to connect because I'll still be the type to be like, I'm doing this, and it's like you could tell that you could tell that these people don't partake in that stuff anymore. They'll probably even tell you up front, like, yeah, but I was just when I was younger, I don't do that anymore. I'm just like, all right, bet. Like I'm still on this. Just realized a lot of people gave up on that type of stuff, and then that's fine. But I'm just saying, for me, I'm still on that time, and like I never became, oh, I'm too cool. I never became quote unquote too cool to do this stuff and create, and I never really let the outside world just change me that much.
Yeah, I saw folks personally, even someone I was talking to recently, like, you know, even with certain philosophies that they may be in, you know, it's like I know they still kind of like bargain down with the world. Like they gotta bargain their work and this. So it's like we're not gonna click because they're gonna feel like they're not doing enough. And I just feel like I'm not trying to like drag them down. They're still at a level and they're just vague. They're just doing it as like a hobby. And then also other people who was on this prior, they're not even on it anymore. Even people that I knew personally, like they're of the world now. It's like they lost track of it or they didn't care. And I don't even think they just didn't care. I think they just abandoned it because they saw that it's not real life, that they can't apply it in real life because other people are not doing it. So they just let it all go or something. And I'm just not gonna do that. I'm gonna still do this and practice it because I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I guess other people they didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel because if they did, they would have continued, but it was just all a phase to people. It just sounded good. But when the wind, rose, the rain, there's like, nah. You just have to have a certain optimism.
Yeah, it's like people became just zombie fat at this point. Like I can't connect with you anyway because I would be wanting to do down to earth stuff still. Like I still want to do that type of stuff, but it's like you just know people are either too cool for it or it's like they're of the world now.
That's
They gotta live up to an image now. So I'm just like, damn. Like I'm still the same person, but people claim that people like us changed so much. Like, yeah, I changed. I went through a metamorphosis, but and my core is still the same. But you realize most people just are just of the world now.
it's kind of
Like then we
sad.
can't we can't even kick it how we used to. Because the things that we used to do will come off as corny to you. You don't do this anymore. You don't create this anymore. I'm like, damn. Like that was the one thing that we bonded over. Like that was the one thing that we came together for. And it's like you just abandoned it.
That's crazy. It be some old folks you used to talk to on the phone with, like about certain things, wanted to do this and that, even spiritually. Now it's like you can't even talk to them. It's like they want to say we changed. It's not that we changed. You know what happened? We grew. That's the problem. But you could have came with me. Like we was on the phone every day. Like we was talking about it. But now it's like you want to ditch me and act like you too cool for this. It's kind of weird. Like it didn't even have to be like this. Honestly.
And these people will still be watching you from afar.
Hmm.
They won't even say nothing, but they're watching from afar what you're doing. I just don't know what's up with people. Like, we could have all came up together. Like I was just trying to go up with everybody, but it's like people see that you're on a certain mentality now, and it's like they get intimidated by it. Like who does he think he is now? They don't realize that I don't. It's not even like that. Like I'm still the same person. I still have my inner child within me. Like I didn't get overtaken by the world. I'm just doing me. I'm just being an individual. It's just crazy to how this world can just it can just destroy people. It can cause people to give up on their inner child, give up on their creative abilities, their talents. All that's just taken away by this world. And people just become zombies and become zombified. Like this world has destroyed that spark within you. It's just sad to see. Like when I heard those words from a certain individual, I was just I'm not even gonna say disappointed. I was just like, man,
It's like, what a shame. Like, how could this like be?
well, I don't do this anymore. That was that time. I'm just like,
Damn.
man,
They
like you
told you,
really let this world just
damn.
extinguish that that light within you.
Then they told you they don't practice certain things anymore. Personally,
It was just talking about like I don't do certain things anymore.
damn. That's crazy. That's just fate. That's their fate. Damn, that's crazy. Like
And of
people
course, you
who
don't want to be the type of person that like try to persuade anybody. Like I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to be trying to persuade you. Like, oh, you should like let's keep on doing this. You should keep doing it. Or like, no, like I just be like, all right, I just had to move on. Like, okay, you're not on this anymore. You don't do this. I can't persuade you to keep doing it. It is
but
just
why did
sad when you think about it. I'm just
I
like,
got a
damn,
I got a question. Why did they make it seem like we just left them behind?
because you're still striving for more.
Mm-hmm.
They've given up on their talents, their creative abilities. They've given up on all of that. They
Mm-hmm.
still see us, and we have that spark still.
It's
It's
like
going
you
to be
be
kind of like a mirror. It's going to be kind of like a mirror for them, a mirror to them. Like we're kind of a mirror to them because they're seeing us still be a certain way and still strive for certain things that they've given up on.
that's crazy. It's only been like a couple of years, man. You just want to just I get it. You got the new stuff, the new friends, and all that. Then those, and it don't even work out with those people. Now you look even more kind of crazy. So you turn your back for this, and you even really gain anything out of it. Now you look like you're broken. Like, what was the point?